Oh, cause hey, sorry, sorry for my delayed reaction, everybody. We'll give a few minutes for everybody to start coming in the room, and while we're doing that, Keisha, I am get ready to go find that in yours.
Okay.
Hey, everybody, welcome, welcome. Hope everybody is doing well.
Doing well. I'm getting acclimated with this new year of 2021.
Yeah, I wonder how many people say "New Year, New Me." New year, new me.
Hey there. So we have a lot of comments that are coming up under Facebook user. You do have to give StreamYard permission to show your name and comments. So we don't know who you are. So just give StreamYard permission um, to access your Facebook account. But good evening. All we see is Facebook user. So just make sure you grant StreamYard access.
Yes. I am going to let that person know that we are good to go. Oh, maybe not. Okay. Sorry, y'all. I am trying to do something really quick.
Yep, and I am going to see if I can share. Hi, Amari. How are you tonight? Thanks for joining.
Hey. Hey, everybody. While we while we working to get our well, Keisha got her life together. I ain't got mine together just yet.
I don't know. I don't know.
So as we were waiting, it was like a countdown. It was a countdown between starting the live and me receiving my new microphone from Amazon. So
Exciting.
I got my Yeti. I am so excited, y'all. And since this is about Ron, you want to have a good microphone. So it's appropriate, right? And I got a new chair so I could be comfortable while I'm doing my Ron transactions. So I'm totally excited. I'm gonna try not to mess with it until we're finished, but I feel a little bit more professional now.
Got,
Uh,
got the Yeti.
yes,
Okay.
I'll tell y'all really quickly. I was making a video on Friday to be able to share. And the first time I made the video, I was like, ooh, I sound a little harsh. I sound a little dictatorial, saying what y'all shouldn't be doing. So I said I'll remake the video to sound softer. And so I remade the video just to hear
Oh,
crackling
no.
at the intermittently through the video. And I was like,
Mhm.
I can't post that. I can't post that. So that was the permission I needed to buy the Yeti so that I can make sure I bring y'all uncrackly videos. And that's my story, and I'm gonna stick with it because it's what a business investment, right?
It
So
is. It is. Hello, everyone. Hi, Inez. And
hey,
Latoya, Katrina. Hi, Deja.
awesome, awesome, great to see everyone here. So Keisha, you want to introduce yourself?
Yes, for those of you who don't know me, I am Takesha. I'm the owner of After Hours VA, a mobile notary service. I started back in 2012. I am a traditional notary and also a Ron here in the state of Virginia.
Hey, and I'm Salathia Middleton of Dotted Line Signings, based out of Florida, Jacksonville, Orange Park area. And I have been doing this for a year, right? I had a couple of anniversaries. Dotted Line Signings was found 12/31/19, and I got my commission 1/5/2020. So I am at my year mark, and it's been a great ride. I am a traditional notary and a virtual notary, online notary, and a wedding officiant. So that's just a little bit about me. So we're get ready to answer some questions. Do you have some questions that we got earlier, Keisha?
I do, but I will let you go first if you had yours already pulled up.
Um, y'all don't blame Keisha, blame me. I was distracted. I was distracted by the Yeti, y'all. I was literally tracking Amazon to come to my door. I was like, he's 5 stops away. He's 3 stops away. I was tracking it.
I'm
Hold
not
on.
doing Amazon right now.
Oh, oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. But we do have some questions, and the first question, I'm getting ready to bring it up.
Okay. How you doing tonight, Verlanda? Thanks for joining Quick Fund. Welcome to that group. How you doing
Yeah.
tonight, Brand? Thanks for joining us.
So I have a question from Alicia Watson. It's a two-parter. What kind of laptop software setup you need for this? And what special licensing requirements is needed to do this? You want to take that one, Keisha? So it's a software laptop, a setup question, and a licensing question.
Okay, so as far as software and laptop, I'm a PC girl, and I know that Salathia enjoys her MacBook. So it's not so much as the type of laptop you have, but you'll find that most of the RON platforms, it's browser based. So most of the platforms run great on the latest version of Google, latest version of iOS, and even Firefox. So um, the laptop is a personal choice, but I use a PC. Now, I will say we have been getting a lot of questions about using a tablet or iPad, and that is not recommended, especially on an iPad. The iPad can't hold the digital certificate you need. Even though the platform is web based, I just would, caution trying to use an iPad or a tablet. I would recommend a laptop or a desktop. As far as licensing, now that will depend on the state, and you didn't mention what state you were in. But for the majority of the 26 states that have RON approved laws, you do have to be a traditional notary first in your state, and then you apply to become a e-notary. So without knowing your state, I won't get into um, too much details in that, but just first step is being a traditional notary first.
Yes. And I think there was another question. Ama Ray, Ama Ray. She's watching us live, so I'm gonna go ahead and get to her question. I think she had a couple. Hold on 1 second. Okay. Which signing software do you recommend for Florida RONs? She said she's passed her certification and training, just having a hard time selecting the software.
And she's in Florida.
Yeah.
I'll let you take that
It didn't work out the way I wanted it to work out, did it? No, Keisha, go right ahead. Go right ahead.
So, I mean, I'm commissioned in Virginia, but I do know for the state of Florida, you do have to let your SOS know what platform you intend to use before you or while you're submitting your e-notary application. So, I guess I would want to know first what platform did you put down on your application, because there is a process of letting the SOS know if you're working on multiple platforms, you have to disclose that. And so what I would say is start with the SOS first. They're going to give you a list of preferred or recommended vendors and platforms that they approve, because not all RON platforms out here are approved in all states. So you want to start with that list first. But again, I'm interested in knowing what platform did you put down when you applied.
Let me change the banner.
Here in Virginia, we don't have to disclose the platform up front. We actually sign a sample document using our digital certificate, and that's why we have to have that up front and first. But again, if we intend to work on multiple platforms, we just let the SOS know.
Oh, wrong question.
Best
So,
platform for Ron. And I think Bren asked that question. I know Bren has been a notary since 1996, she said.
oh,
And
nice.
starting Ron, he's here in Virginia as well. And I believe that was one of his questions on best platform for Ron. Um, I'll say my piece, and then I know Salathia may have some insight on this. I don't have a best platform. You will find in doing this type of work, as you research the platforms, as you work on multiple platforms, each platform may offer something a little bit better or a different way of doing things. So for me, there is no best platform. Um, but there are platforms that may, have different features that you like better. I guess that's the safe way to say that.
Yeah, I think that's the safe way to say it. Okay, Anne Marie says she hasn't applied for a platform. She hasn't applied yet because she's waiting on a platform.
Great.
Okay, okay,
That's
okay.
good to know. That's good to
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
That
So
is good.
that's a good idea, to wait to see, if you want to be an independent contractor or if you want to be an independent notary. They're not mutually exclusive. You can be both, but where do you want to start? They both have an investment, one smaller than the other, but definitely, where do you want to start as an independent contractor, or do you want to have your own clients and service your own clients? I
Exactly.
hmm
And as you research the platforms, you'll see the ones that are on the market that are geared towards just being an independent Ron, meaning you find your own clients, you do all your marketing, you do your invoicing. And then on the flip side, as Salavia mentioned, platforms where you're a 1099 contractor for the platform. You service their clients and you share in the fees and all that stuff. So it kind of depends when you say best which avenue you want to take, or you can do both. Full disclosure, I am a notarized ink agent. I have been for the last 5 years, but I also utilize independent platforms where I bring my own clients.
And I'm about to stir the pot just a little bit. Oh, I miss being on Facebook Live. We had done a few clubhouses, so we like that too. And now we're back on Facebook. So we just mixing it all up, giving you that good Ron information all over the place. So just make sure you stay tuned. We could be on Facebook Live one week. We could be on Clubhouse the other week. So just make sure you follow Keisha and I. I sound like a Clubhouse.
Please don't stay following.
My bad. If anybody has been on Clubhouse, y'all know. I love it. I love it. I make sure I always follow all my moderators. But I do like, so it's like that. I like both platforms. I like Facebook Live. I like Clubhouse. So it just depends on, the information you're trying to get across, the audience you're trying to appeal to. So definitely, definitely like both of those. Thought that was funny. I said it before I even realized it, Keisha. Make sure you follow me. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm
I
cutting
hope
up.
you could draw a comparison of Ron platforms to social media platforms and how they each kind of offer something different. And until
Hmm.
you actually get in there and get your hands dirty on the platform, you'll find some features you like, some features you don't. So,
Right, right.
yeah.
I like that. I like that. So, did you have some questions? I know Anne Marie has one last question. I didn't know if you wanted to get to any of yours
Yeah,
first.
I'll go back up to Brand, and thank you for joining us again tonight. He had a few questions, and one was how long have we been doing Ron? And so I became commissioned as an e-notary in 2015. So for you all that don't know, Virginia was the first state to legalize remote notarization back in 2012. So I kind of jumped on that bandwagon pretty early. And again, like I mentioned before, my humble upbringings was with Notarize Inc. And so that's where I kind of learned the ropes of remote online notarization and that sort of thing. When were you commissioned, Salathia?
March 23rd, 2020,
In
in
Florida,
Florida.
legalized Ron in 2020, correct?
Yep, January 1st, they legalized it, and I was slow rolling it, but with COVID, I jumped on it way quicker than I thought I was going to. So March 23rd, 2020.
Got it. And he was also asking about the cost of the platforms to get up and running. And so some of the major players like your Doc Verify and your Signix, I won't quote a price now because I know that it's changing.
Mhm.
So when I signed up with Doc Verify, I believe it was $450 for the annual subscription. But if you chose to pay monthly, um, it was maybe $50 or $55 a month. And that's just for the subscription of using the platform.
Mhm.
Um, most platforms also charge kind of like an onboarding fee. And this is the independent route. This is your Doc Verify, your Signix. You might pay a flat fee to get onboarded, and then you have a monthly subscription. So you definitely want to look at that. These platforms also charge to do KBA, which is knowledge based authentication, and they may charge additional to record the entire video session. So
Mhm.
keep that in mind when you're doing independent. Those are the type of costs that you are required to pay each month, regardless of if you have one client or not. Now, if you go the notarized route or notary cam or one notary, um, they don't have any startup costs because you're sharing in the fees. And so that's why a person that maybe newer to Ron and you don't have your customer base just yet, it may be better suited for you to be an independent, I'm sorry, a contractor 1099 Ron for a platform because it's just a lower entry cost, a lower investment, until you get your feet wet and, do a couple transactions and want to move on and kind of bring your own customers. I believe One Notary is a hybrid, so you can service their customers and bring your own. But again, there's some fees associated with that, and I won't quote One Notary because I'll get it wrong. But all of the platforms are pretty good about having those facts right on their website, kind of in plain view. It may be a little hard to understand with the credit system because that took me some time to figure
Mhm.
that out. But definitely the independent platforms, you are going to pay a monthly or a yearly subscription fee. And then for your contract platforms, you don't pay a fee, but at the end of the day, you don't get your full notarial fee because you're using their product and you're not
Mhm.
paying for it essentially. So price for platforms. And
Yes.
Bren also asked, how much do you get for Ron signing? Um, I'm in Virginia, so I'm gonna preface this by saying we can charge $25 per notarial act. And so, with that being said, if you're doing general notary work and someone comes with, I don't know, a special power of attorney, there may be two notarial signature blocks. Legally, I can charge $50, 25 per notarial act. And in the state of Virginia, they don't explicitly outline that we can't charge other fees. So we
Mhm.
can charge
Mhm.
other fees, but most states can't. So you just want to look at your state laws. So, for example, general notary work for a customer I bring into my independent platform, I may charge a platform or convenience fee
Mhm.
in addition to the state fee. What
Yeah.
about Florida? What's the fees in Florida?
It's the same, $25 per notarial act, and it says all other fees are not regulated by this section, that part of the statute. So
So your
20.
other fees, as long as the customer can agree on it, seems
Mhm.
like you're able to charge. Now
Yeah.
that's general notary work. For signings, they're going to be kind of the same as in-person signings. You know, a signing company or a title company will pay you a flat fee.
Right.
So it's kind of the same in the Ron world. Depending on if you're getting that person, independently, or it's a title company and you're utilizing their Ron platform to facilitate that loan signing.
Perfect. Perfect. There is a question in the group,
Mm-hmm.
and let's see if I can show it. It may take a. Okay,
Hello,
so
Mr. Charles.
Eric.
How you doing tonight?
So Mr. Eric says, I'm going with Signix independently, but looking to do business with my area mortgage lenders and title agencies as I grow. Any input on Signix? Um, I've been with Signix since April, and I will say that it has the platform has grown, and I believe it's getting better. They keep making changes and improvements. So I have I don't want to call that I lost faith or hope or anything like that in Sinex, but it is getting easier for the clients that I have, right? So last week I used it a few times and my clients didn't have any problems with KBAs. Now, of course, all clients are like, I don't remember that. All clients do that as they're reading the questions because on Sinex you can see their face as they're going through the questions. So they'll just start talking about the questions that pop up, but no one had any problem answering the questions. No one had any problems not being able to take good pictures. They did remove the selfie requirement, so that was a good thing. Um, and so they're constantly asking for our input and they're constantly making changes. So I see that it has gotten better from where it was when I started using it in April to when I'm using it now. I feel more confident in the platform and being able to process my independent transactions. So that's my input. Eric, did that answer your question?
And would you say some lenders and title companies are utilizing the Sonics platform?
Yes. That is, thank you, Keisha. I didn't finish the second question, second part of the question. Definitely, if you are using Sinex, make sure that it is an approved platform by the lender or the title company because they may have a list of approved platforms. I know I had to do a um, refinance, and luckily Sinex was one of the platforms that was on the list, and so I was able to use that. So definitely, if you're doing real estate transactions, check with whoever hired you to do it to make sure that you are using an approved platform. So as Keisha knows, I always recommend having more than one platform because you never know which one you may need. So definitely make sure you know that Sinex is okay before you start doing your real estate transactions on the platform.
Exactly, especially if they're reaching out, or customers may be reaching out, because a lot of people don't know, and we had that happening a lot at the very beginning of the pandemic, and people were reaching out, and I was sure to say, hey, I utilize Doc Verify. Is
Mm-hmm.
this okay? I need confirmation, because after that document is notarized, on my platform, it's up to the recipient, of those documents to accept them. So you definitely want to check. And I was going to mention, Brent had asked about marketing to title companies and real estate agents, and
Mm-hmm.
um, a title company found me through Doc Verify. So if you sign up with Doc Verify, they do have a remote online database. But my marketing efforts, I wouldn't say that they were the best. But Bryn, you're in Virginia. You want to start with Virginia Land and Title Association. I believe it's VLTA.org. And you
Mm-hmm.
can get a massive list of every title company here in Virginia. And what I did was I just started an email campaign, and I'm like, hey, I'm a Ron. I have this much experience. I
Mm-hmm.
utilize the Dog Verify platform. let me know how I can, onboard with your company, or, if you need any help. It was much more structured than that, but you get
Yeah.
what I'm saying. I did an email campaign. Now, I know a lot of people are doing, other things like mailers and that sort of thing, and I haven't
Right.
ventured to do that, but that was my kind of way of marketing to title companies. Real estate agents, I hadn't tried, but Salathia and I have connected with a few real estate agents that seem like they have something promising. So, that's not a bad idea. And I did have a real estate agent reach out to me tonight on Instagram and
All
just kind
right
of
now.
more about, the notary industry. So I'm gonna take her up on coffee, if I can. So yeah, definitely don't be shy about, networking with, other professionals, because you never know where work can
Mm-hmm.
turn up from.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm excited for you because I think it's always a great day when we can talk about Ron and and watching it grow and how more people are finding the benefit of it. Um, one of the things, excuse me, you want to make sure of is that your signer and your customer, if it's not the signer, are well educated. So you definitely have to make sure that you, as the Ron, are educated about your platform, about the limitations, as Keisha mentioned, about technology. You want to make sure that you have all of your ducks in a row so that you can answer any question that may come your way, because you don't want them to lose confidence that the process works. So definitely always have your ducks in a row. Oh, and hey, people from YouTube. Hey.
Exactly. Technology is a big one. When you're going an independent route, you do have to be tech support, geek squad. You have to, you know,
Yes.
walk someone through on allowing their browser to access their camera, access their mic, clear their cookies, clear their caches.
Yep.
Um, you get different levels of customers and their tech experience. So you must have a sense of patience, and you do have to kind of be technologically in tune as well. You don't have to be a expert, but you have to kind of know some basic items there. I find, because you're going
Mm-hmm.
to get all levels of experience, and everyone wants to try Ron, but
Mm-hmm.
everyone may not be a candidate for Ron.
Right.
That leads me to, most of the platforms, you do have to have a social security number. You do have to have US credit. You may have to have a US state ID. Some platforms take state ID, some platforms take passport.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all about actually screening your customers as well, because not all customers will be able to go through a RON transaction. And that's because of how the knowledge based authentication is pulled. And so having US credit helps that, because it's sort of like pulling your credit report. When did you open this mortgage with,
Mm-hmm.
Wells Fargo, and that type of thing. So kind of keep that in mind. Everyone is not a candidate for Ron.
Yes, yes. So make sure when you send out your instructions on how to prepare for a signing, that is included. You have to have some type of disclaimer. Just because you can answer the 5 questions about having credit history, social ID, you can have the correct browser, you can have all of that stuff in play, but it doesn't mean that your transaction will still be successful. So always have a backup plan. If it's a last minute thing, try your best to have a backup plan, especially dealing with real estate transactions. You want to try to have a backup plan. GNW, you might be okay a little bit, but dealing with the real estate transactions, try to have a backup plan. Ask them, can you get your documents a little bit earlier? Um, yeah, just be prepared. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. So I think I had one last week. We were doing a seller's, was it? I don't know. I've always been on the phone 3 hours or so. Sometimes it does take 3 hours to be able to walk that signer through, taking the picture, making sure it's well lit. making sure the browser is working, like Keisha said, making sure your microphone is working. Oh, I can't see my camera. You know, yes, it has taken 3 hours, if not longer, to get. So the process could be longer than the notarization sometimes. So just
Exactly.
be prepared.
So
Just be prepared.
while it's more convenient, you don't have to travel, you don't have to print. What kind of makes up for that time is, getting the person verified through KBA.
Mm-hmm.
You'd be surprised how many people have trouble just taking a picture of their ID on a
Mm-hmm.
clean surface, not holding it in your hand, taking a picture, and having your view obstructed and that sort of thing. So it could take 5 minutes, but it actually could take 30. Just walking someone through that
Mm-hmm.
type of transaction. So
Oh, I've had someone fail because they propped it up on the keyboard, and so when it scanned the ID, it scanned the keys of the keyboard. I was like, oh, that's not how that goes. so, so sometimes you may have to get a little, for lack of a better term, elementary with your signers, just so that you can have a successful notarization.
mhm. And this
And
is from the independent side of it,
yes,
like we're
independent.
speaking of, like having your scripts down and that sort of thing. If you're utilizing a platform where you're a contract 1099 Ron, they're gonna have their own training, but for the most part, they're gonna walk the client or the customer through those actions before they even connect with the notary. But if you're on an independent platform, you do all of that. So kind of speaking from the experience of the independent side there.
Oh, Miss Tama, Keisha is in Richmond, Virginia, and I'm in Jacksonville, Florida. Just wanted to answer your question. And Brand has a question. It's a I don't know if it's a question, but it might take up. Oh, we might have to take it off right quick after you see it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. I'm gonna take
Yep,
it.
I agree with all of that, Brand. That's good. You have a marketing background. I lack at that. I sent one email and I said, "Oh, it didn't work." So let me try something else. So I need to be I need to be better about that. But I will say because of COVID, we have been able to turn a lot of what would have been general notary work in person into a Ron transaction. And I actually put on my website, a blurb about I'm not doing any in-person general notary work. Now I have been doing in-person loan signings, so I will say that. But as far as just general notary work, it's not a lot of places that are open like before where you can hop in a coffee shop and that sort of thing. So
Mm-hmm.
I've been trying to convert those clients to Ron clients. But yeah,
Yep.
that's awesome. And you're right, Brian. Marketing. I know some Facebook groups don't like it. I don't mind it in mine. Because you never know. I have a notary now. She's in a state where Ron is not legal, and she said, "Hey, I sent somebody your way." So when people know that you're a Ron and
Mm-hmm.
they need to take care of someone overseas or that sort of thing, definitely, I would highly suggest putting it out in Facebook groups that you're e-notary because we can't do all the work. So it's good to have that referral base, whether it's in person or not.
Yes. Um, Eric said he's about to show them the money.
I know that's right.
Brent said we could skip over that question. I asked her. Oh, she said we can answer it now. Is anyone using one notary? Pros and cons.
So
I think Keisha and I have the same answer for that one.
yeah, I signed up for one notary, but I just didn't go full throttle with it. I liked the aesthetics of it. It reminds me of Notarize Ink. Um, Other than that, I haven't tested it. I haven't tried it, so I can't give a really good review on it. but aesthetically it looks good to me.
Yep.
And
Same here.
is One Notary one of the hybrid platforms where you can service their clients and bring your own?
Yeah, I think you got to have 50 under your belt in order to service their clients. I
And they
believe
have some
that's what
good
it is.
YouTube videos out there, Brent,
Mm-hmm.
showing their services and that sort of thing. So that's a good up and coming platform.
Okay. I was reading something.
See Jennifer's question.
Jennifer, right underneath. Okay, here we go. What are good platforms to do 1099 ROMs?
I'm gonna go with Old Faithful, Notarize Inc. I grew up there. The reason
Mm-hmm.
I recommend Notarize all the time because of their training and their onboarding and working on that platform. I got to see documents that I probably would never see in person doing general notary work. I do like the idea now that you're able to work with them and other platforms because when I first joined them, you could not. So in 2020, they changed that. It has
Okay.
brought on an influx of notaries. So I say go ahead and sign up now. And they're really good about helping you with your certificate and that sort of thing. But I highly recommend them because of the training and the onboarding and the various documents that you'll see. They have contracts with a lot of businesses. So again, you'll get to notarize documents you probably wouldn't do in person. You wouldn't have that opportunity. Um, and the clients are there, the customers are there. It's a
Yeah.
24-hour shop. I
Yep.
mean, you can hop on at 2 a.m. in the morning, make a couple bucks, log off, log back in. And they do have real estate transactions, loan signings, but I have
Mm-hmm.
not done any loan signings on the platform. But that's my top pick for a contract platform.
Mine too. Mine too. I was telling Keisha this weekend, I was like, I need to hop on. I'm getting ready to go to Vegas. I need a couple of dollars. So, because they do pay daily. So, right. So I'm just trying to keep it real and transparent with y'all. It's like I need a couple of dollars. So I need to hop on Notarize. Now, you can't be slow on Notarize because everybody they trying to push that button just as fast as you are. I know I got up there the other day and I missed three back to back. I said, oh, I need to get faster. You literally have to sit there with your hand on the mouse, the cursor, and that cue, so you can click that button as soon as you hit brick. You got to get it because if you don't, somebody else will get it. You sit there, really? But there is, like Keisha said, there is enough business and there's enough to keep you busy. You don't walk away. Already had your bathroom break out the way. Already had your snacks done. I I know I miss because I call myself watching TV while I'm waiting, but then I'll try to hit pause and I'm late answering the call. So definitely stay on your P's and Q's when you're on the notarized platform. If you up there trying to make a couple of dollars, I'll say stay on your P's and Q's.
Yep. And just keep in mind when you are a 1099 contractor, they may have certain rules and regulations you have to abide by. There are
Mm-hmm.
certain scripts you must say when
Mm-hmm.
working for certain platforms. So just keep that in mind. They may require you to wear a headset for the noise cancellation. They may require you to have like a visor behind you so you won't see
Mm-hmm.
like all the junk like I have. So just keep that in mind. And
Yeah.
the platforms that do that will come with a few more rules than what you would get when you're doing it independently.
Yes. 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 Yes.
Now,
And it's
Jennifer, there is Notary Cam, but I don't have much experience with them.
me.
I did apply with them. It's a lengthy application process, and you do go through an interview process. But if you're looking to do loan signings, Notary Cam is another one, but I just can't speak to that platform.
Yeah, me either. I wish I could, but I can't. Notarize. let's see. Oh, Miss Tama
Is the
asked.
VA for Virginia a virtual assistant? So, good question. So, when I originally started in
I re-
2012, I was a virtual assistant, and the VA stood for virtual assistant. And then, but no one knew that. They just assumed it was Virginia because I was a Virginia notary. And it kind of worked because after I let my VA business go, it was easy for me to transition
Mhm.
into that VA meaning Virginia.
You know what? I asked Keisha the same question.
And so that's how I met Salavia when I was dabbling in the virtual assistant world. So I was doing social media marketing, trying to put myself out there in front of attorneys, and that's honestly how I became a notary because I wanted to make myself more marketable to attorneys. And then I
Hmm.
became a notary, and then I started researching loan signings and all the other items that came along with being a notary. And so that kind of took precedence because social media became work. It wasn't fun anymore. And so I quickly let that go. I did it probably for the first 2 years, and then I phased out of it.
Let's see. So we answered the question. Okay, Miss Tama says she's in Texas. I believe there are a few Rons we know that are over in the Texas
Yeah,
area.
Texas is booming. So
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember when Ron was legalized there, but it's been within the last 2 years, I guess, maybe.
Mm-hmm. And you see, Miss Yvonne said that's how y'all met. You
Yeah,
said
Miss Yvonne, how you doing tonight? Miss Yvonne is a realtor in Florida and also a notary.
all right, all right, all right.
Yes, ma'am.
And then we have another question. A Marie. I know I feel I say her name different every time because I want to at least be right one time. Yes. Do you guys pay monthly for Notarize or purchase the full plan?
So Notarize Inc., if you're speaking of Notarize Inc., that is not a platform you pay for. So that's a platform where you become a 1099 contractor and they pay you. And what I
Mm-hmm.
like about the pay structure now, you can choose to get paid daily. Like when you close out of that transaction, you're paid for it. You can choose to get paid weekly, semi monthly, or monthly. So that is a platform you don't pay for. They pay you and you service their clients.
Yes. That's what's up. And I think there was one last question in the group. Hold on one second. What are the best agencies to register with to receive signings as a new Ron?
Good question. It's been hard because you have to understand, like, the lenders, they were pushing this, but then everyone wasn't equipped to do full refis. And so
Mm-hmm.
that's why Salathia mentioned earlier it was important for you to get um, confirmation that you could process a loan refi, on a certain platform. Um, what I did was there's a company called Pavaso, and I signed up with Pavaso, and on their website they have a list of signing companies that
Mm-hmm.
utilize the Pavaso platform. Now, you sign up with Pavaso, but a title company or whoever the hiring company has to send you the work through that particular platform. It's not a platform where you can just bring your own clients and that sort of thing. So I did that route by trying to apply directly with those signing companies utilizing the Pavaso platform. Didn't have a ton of you know feedback from it. Um, so someone may have a better
I,
than I did, I guess.
No, I did have one title company that gave me access to their Pavaso side so that I could play around, if that, if that makes sense. And it's not bad. You just have to. I think it has a little bit of a higher learning curve, just a little bit, not a lot. It's nothing that's gonna drag anybody down, but and I'm speaking because I had to put the order in, so that's probably why the curve was just a little bit higher. Um, but if you're the notary that's invited to the session, I think you'll be okay as long as you know how to use the platform and start the transaction and things like that. It's not overly cumbersome. It has pretty decent tags, for marking up the document.
Mhm.
So it's okay. It's okay. I can't say anything bad about it because I did the test transaction with myself and it went well. But any experience using it with a title company, I will say no that I don't have that.
Okay. And then with your any profiles that you have out there, I know SnapDocs is even doing it now. They let you make the selection that you are a notary. So a lot of
Hmm.
the profiles, your NNA profile, that sort of thing, make sure you are disclosing you are a notary. So when title companies are looking for you, they know that you're already commissioned. But it's a little bit different when it's coming from a signing or a title company because again, they may expect you to have your own independent platform
Hmm.
or they already have a platform that well they'll just connect you to and you service their customer at that point in time.
Hmm. So I guess, you got to think about if you want to be an independent contractor, you want to be an independent Ron, do you want to work with title companies or do you want to do just G&W? You know, so you do have a lot of options on what you want to do. Um, if you're going to be just doing G&W, then I would say get the best platform that works for you. If you're going to be doing loan signings, then I would say see what's out there and see what title companies are approving, you know, as independent platforms. I do know the ones I've seen do approve like Notarize and those other platforms, but the independent platform just hit or miss depends on the title company which
Yeah,
one they're gonna approve for you to use.
definitely depends. So you do want to kind of diversify there. We get a lot of questions on well I only want to do ron for loan signings and that may not be possible. It's good for general notary work because you're going to have those constant customers coming to you. But the loan signings, they are a little bit harder only because of the red tape of what platform is approved.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And Miss Tama says she's gonna do Notarize and one notary.
That's awesome. And that,
Yay.
like I said, it's good to have the ability to do both.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas before, some platforms would make you sign a non-disclosure. You can work for multiple platforms. But now, since more are popping up, we are allowed to work multiple platforms. And as Salathia mentioned earlier, having multiple platforms is not a bad idea. Now, for me, money wise, I don't know if I could run two independent platforms at the same time. I mean, I guess I kind of am now, but I don't know. In the future, one may go,
Mm-hmm.
but I definitely understand why.
Yep. When one ain't acting right, you got to try to switch to the other and just hope it's for G&W and not real estate closing. When you switch it between platforms, I had to do that last week. Um, yeah. This question: was there any G&W on platform that you didn't know about?
Was there any change?
Um, I think there are a lot out there. I think we know about most of them, but probably haven't used most of them. I think probably got in, like I know there is a Safe Docs, there's a e-notary log, there is, what's the other one? You know about Doc Verify. Excuse me, y'all. I'm gonna put it on mute and just hope it's not a somebody calling me for a signing. But it's after 9 o'clock, so I doubt it.
But you're open until 11, remember?
I'm open until 11. Somebody calling me from Walla Walla. I hate to send them to voicemail, but I think that's what I'm gonna have to do.
Hey Marie, I'm gonna post it in the comments in just a little bit.
Oh, the link for Notarize.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to find the one where notaries can sign up if they still
Sign
have
up.
it public.
Yeah, A. Marie's in Florida, so I think she would be good. Because I think it's only certain states. So definitely depend look for your state once Keisha posts the link because I'm not sure that it's in all 26 states, but don't quote me on that either because some states don't have. Yeah, just make sure that your state is listed. I think we looked out. I think Florida is listed. Well, I know Florida is listed. Yep. Sorry, that's all I got. Okay. So, do we have any other questions? Any other questions? But while y'all think about questions, I just want to tell you another quick story. See, it's like story time because I've been holding this in since early Saturday morning. So as I tossed and turned in the bed at approximately 12:45 Friday night, Saturday morning, I hear the money bling. The money bling is letting me know that there's a signing out there for me. So I grab my phone, it's on the charger. I'm yanking the cord out. I could replace that, right? It's $20. And I'm looking at it, trying to get in, but I can't get into the app. I accept the legal disclosures. I put in my PIN. I can't get in. Oh, Lord. Okay, so I keep trying. Can't get in. I said, I thought this was meant for me because I'm still awake. So I put the phone down and I just give up. And I said, I'm going to turn back over and try to go to sleep. But then the phone goes blink, blink again. Like, did you not get the message the first time? There's an order here for you. I said, nope, I can't get in. Blink, blink again. I swear it reminded me every 2 minutes for 10 minutes that I had a signing that I couldn't get to because the app wasn't working. And this is one of the signing companies I may get a hit from once every month. And I was like, God, dog. Now I can't even take it.
Yeah,
Oh, the pangs. It was the money sound too. And I was like, God, dog.
those notifications will have you. So this 2021 is when Virginia went hands free.
Oh.
Yeah, so
y'all can't take no orders.
You can't be holding a cell phone. That's $125 ticket. So
really.
So
y'all be careful in Virginia. Don't be picking up them phones to just going to let the next person get it. Just let
I have a mount on my dashboard where I use that for GPS anyways the last couple of years. So as long as you're not holding it, so I can do this,
And just hope you're not double booking. You try to remember what days I can't, what days I can't. One thing being a notary signing agent has taught you how to think quickly on your feet, how to remember dates and times so that you can always be prepared to accept an order. And what zip codes you service.
If it's coming from Amrock, like
you just accept it.
Yeah, and think about it later.
There are some companies that I don't know the zip code, and I will sit there and actually look up the zip code on the map, and I'll be like, okay, I could have did that one. Oh, I'm too late.
I know. I have a bad habit of that because I'll map quest before I accept it because sometimes you get zip codes and you think, it's 5-8 miles and turns out it's not. But then hop back over and say, "Oh, I can make that work." No, I did too much due diligence on the front end.
Yep, there are about 5 zip codes I know right off the bat I can take, and then the other ones I'll be like, mm, I can't take that. I can't take that. But yes. Oh, okay. So here's the question from Miss Tama. Sorry, I meant, are you basically notarizing, acknowledging, and jurat documents on the Notarize platform?
Oh, the type of documents,
Mm-hmm.
it's a lot. Like I hate PS 1583s because of it. And I shouldn't be on camera saying that, but a PS 1583 is a virtual mailbox form. And so it's a lot of, so I never got these as a regular mobile notary, but it's they have contracts with different virtual mailboxes. And
Mm-hmm.
the thing about it is that the notary box is about this big and it doesn't have any notarial verbiage. And so with some businesses that contract through Notarize, and you'll get this through all the training, it'll tell you the business has what is it? The business has not suggested, but
Oh, there are things that you can do for their form in
uh-huh.
the note section. Yeah.
So some businesses have flat out said, add an acknowledgement, don't ask, add an
Yeah.
acknowledgement. But it's only if it's in the notes to add the acknowledgement. If not, you have to ask the customer which notarial act, which certificate you like for me to, upload with your document. And again,
Mm-hmm.
just like in an in-person signing, you can't um, choose it for the person, but you can't explain the difference between an acknowledgement and a jurat. So the PS 1583 forms, and the reason why I say that because it's a lot of data entry, and if you get one that needs to be filled out, you may have to guide the signer. So
Mm-hmm.
it should take maybe 5 minutes, may take 15 because the customer doesn't have the right documentation. With those PS 1583 forms, you have to put two forms of ID in one of the boxes. And so the person has to upload those documents. And then you get people, they don't upload a copy of their insurance card because I think that's one of the documents you can use. On the form, it says do not use social security number card, don't use a credit card, and people will upload those. So
Mm-hmm.
I have a love hate relationship with those virtual mailbox forms. We get requests for vital statistic records when you're ordering a birth
Oh
certificate.
yeah.
Get a lot of passport applications for minors. Um, at one time, I was getting a lot of like surrogate forms. We went through a spell where we were getting a lot of forms where people were becoming surrogate parents. I've just seen a lot of things that again that I probably would never see in person, pretty much. Now this goes to back to what Salathia mentioned earlier about knowing your state laws. You also have to be aware that some RON laws are different than your traditional
Mm-hmm.
laws. And so, like in
Yep.
the state of Virginia, we can't notarize electronically odometer disclosures because the verbiage says that someone physically
Mm-hmm.
inspected that odometer, like on a bill of sale or title DMV document. And so we have to turn those away. Also in Virginia, we can't electronically notarize wills. And people don't know that, and people will try you. And if a customer comes through the platform with a Virginia notary, we have to,
I
you
got
want me
you.
to put my camera over? We have to get them over to maybe a Nevada notary because they're allowed to notarize wills and some trust documents. So it's all about kind of knowing your state laws and knowing your RON laws too. Um, so that's helpful. And what I like about Notarize is because they're educating you on that stuff if you don't already know. Now, they may
Mm-hmm.
not teach you how to be a notary because they assume that you have some experience and have taken some courses with that, but it's intricate. It's things like that that the people may not just, they
Yeah.
may not know. And so that's how I was able to field those customers when they would come through. my website and want me to notarize like a will or a trust document. And, I would say real estate trust wills, I can't notarize it, but I can get you over to a Nevada notary because we have that network. We have the
Yeah.
network of notaries in the Facebook groups. So
Yeah.
I do know a couple of Nevada runs that I was able to give the customer contact information for. But it's just little things like that.
All right. I'm glad we could answer your questions, Lucia. Yay.
We're coming
And
up on an hour here.
yes, are we? Yes. Look at us. I'll keep that my cursor off of the screen. Yes, we are. We are. Let me see. Okay. Miss Victoria said she tried to apply with Notarize. She's waiting to hear back from them. Okay. Yes, we will keep fingers crossed for you.
And it may be a waiting game because they are adding new states as the laws are being passed, and it's a high demand. You go into Facebook groups and everyone wants to become a Ron. Um,
Mm-hmm.
when I first started and I was trying to get people on board, it was like unheard of. And now, it's easy, it's easier. So
Mm-hmm.
I say don't get discouraged. It's just a matter of they have a lot of interest in it. So
Yes. Yes.
definitely.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Yep. And Miss Bryn said no cell phone in your hands.
Nope. $125 ticket, I think, on your first offense.
Well, I'm so glad that we were able to provide you all with some great information, things you may not have known, things that you learned for the first time this evening. Oh, Lucy says she's been using. Hey, Lucy! Oh, sorry. Sorry, y'all. Sorry. Sometimes I get a little out of character, but this is what Lucy says. She's been utilizing Notarize and the business is steady. See? See?
Definitely.
That Vegas money. Y'all think I'm playing? I'm about to get.
Definitely. And it's
Yeah.
and it's not because of COVID either. Like I said, I was on that platform. I started in 2015 and it was nothing for me to, do 50 notarizations on a Saturday. And that was in 2015, no COVID. So the demand is there. The customers
Mm-hmm.
are there.
Mm-hmm. Well, all right now. Oh, we got a question.
Tana's question.
Yep. All of the above. Yeah.
All and so with the platforms, whether you're a contractor or independent, the platform is going to keep your e-journal. It's going to keep the video recordings. It's going to keep other items. But you as the notary are still responsible for um, keeping a
Mm-hmm.
copy of those items. So I do suggest an external hard drive or some type of cloud storage so that you can, download those transactions on a monthly basis. Here in
Mm-hmm.
Virginia, we have to keep the e-journal and the video recordings for 5 years. So even if you work for a company like Notarize, or even if you're independent on Doc Verify, that e-journal is yours. The videos are yours, and
Mm-hmm.
I would highly suggest backing up that data because you never know what can happen. The headset, like I said, it's optional, but I prefer it. I may have noise in the background at my home, so I like to have headphones to kind of cancel everything out. I know Salathia has dual monitors. I have dual monitors. Just
Mm-hmm.
easier, especially when you're working on a platform like Notarize and you have a platform here. You may have notes and scripts on the other side, so that's good. Um, comfortable chair, comfortable chair. Definitely strong internet. So like my internet wasn't the best. I ended up getting a new router and I moved it upstairs and now I'm hardwired in because it will pull, the video will pull a lot. So definitely strong internet or either, moving closer to where your router is positioned in your home.
Mm-hmm.
Some other things I have that have helped me along the way.
Ring light.
Ring light, ring light.
Okay,
If I,
that's not a
if only I
requirement,
knew
but it
how to
does help.
do
It
makeup,
does
that would
help.
be fine. But I don't have any makeup. But if I knew how to do that, I would throw that in that category too, having a little makeup on, like Celia.
I told Keisha we had to go to the small screen because I was like, I know I just powdered my face, but this video is telling me something different. On Zoom, I always use the filter, so I'm always like, yes. But when I come over here to StreamYard, I'll be like, oh gosh. But yeah, but yes, having a good headset, and this is just the reason for me to plug my microphone because I don't think you were here, Miss Tam. So I just got a new microphone
Yeah.
today. So I am excited. It's heavy too, so I'm hoping a whole lot of goodness will come out of there. Um, and what else? So for the lighting, yes, the ring light. She's Miss Tama said, is cloud storage acceptable? I would say,
So it's acceptable if you're backing up your data.
mhm,
When you're on these platforms, they are storing the videos for you. So it's not like you have to, dial into your cloud storage right then and there. They're storing it for you. Um, I guess you may be thinking is cloud storage safe if that's what you're asking. So maybe you don't want to go with a free Google Drive.
yeah.
But there are paid versions of like Dropbox with extra security. I know Salathia uses P Cloud. So
Mhm.
there are some storages out there that have that extra layer of security if that's what if you're wanting.
Let me see if
I
I
guess
can.
everything can be hacked. I guess it can. But
Yep.
I do two things. I have the external hard drive, and I've
Mm-hmm.
had instances where I've had hard drives in the past and they stopped working. So I back up to my external hard drive, and then I also back up to my Dropbox storage.
I was trying to find my.
You have a link for P Cloud?
I have a link for P Cloud and a disclaimer. It is an affiliate link. I just, I have to tell y'all that.
Oh, okay.
Hey.
Listen to it. How many gigabytes of storage do you get?
Oh, that just looks horrible. I'll try to do that again. Um, I have the regular version, but for my videos, I use the crypto. And I'm getting ready to tell you, I paid for a year, and I would say both of them together was probably less than $100 for the year. And
So what does then crypto do for the video? That
it just keeps it more secure. Like if you lose that password, there is no retrieving it. The video is just gone forever.
oh okay.
So everything is just gone forever. But you can set up a hint. You can set up a hint. And I use that hint. I'm so glad that hint is there because if it wasn't there, I would be struggling.
Mhm.
But the annual for I must have the 500 gigabytes, which was like $48 a month. And then my encryption is once it goes over, I paid the annual, which was $48 a month. I mean, a year, excuse me, a year. But you can get it now for a lifetime for $125. So I may have to, how do we say it, invest because then I'll have it for a lifetime and I won't have to worry about paying for it anymore because I will have to keep my videos that long, at the minimum of the 3 years. So, yeah,
Mhm.
I think we'll be good. And what was the other one? What type of webcam? Selena asked what type of webcam.
Let's see. Let's go for what I wanted versus what I got. Everyone's working from home, school is home, so like these items are like far and few between. If you've been on Amazon looking for just webcams and
Mm-hmm.
external monitors, and I was looking at a Logitech. I just like that brand, and that's what I wanted. But I ended up getting a cheap webcam. It may have been less than $30. I don't think it's even a brand name on here. Um, I don't think it is. It was like, it says HD 1080p,
Mm-hmm.
and I thought it works fine. What you'll find is that your laptop camera may be 2 megapixels, which is just awful. But the external webcam will give you, much better coverage or, clearer picture and that sort of thing. But I really like the Logitechs, but they can be pricey. So that's why I'm saying that a less than $30 webcam
Mm-hmm.
will do the trick. As long as you look for like 1080p on it,
Yeah.
you should be fine if you want that external camera. It's not necessary, but it's better if you're streaming or YouTube and that sort of thing.
Yeah. And for the lighting, I think we mentioned the ring light.
Ring light. I don't have any lights in my ceiling. So I have a stand up light here and a ring light here, and I still look kind of pretty dark, but I'm in the midst
Oh
of
no, you look good.
switch my office around. So but yeah, I got the ring light from Salathia because I'm like, how do you look so bright? And it like we did a live and it was like 11 o'clock at night, and I was like, your room is so bright. Like, how do you get it
That's
so
that
bright?
ring light.
So it's the ring light. And again, the ring light wasn't. I think that was less than
Yeah.
$40.
Yep.
Got it from Amazon.
Yep.
Mhm. So you don't have to get items that break the bank. You really don't.
Yep. And then you'll find as you go along, you'll want to maybe invest a little bit more. And I think that's just where I was just being, yeah, it's been a year. Why not get something new? Yes, the mic is for YouTube, Miss Tama, because I was trying to record a video for y'all, and the mic that I'm using now just wasn't letting me be great, so I bought a new one. Um,
And so I actually have the same mic you have, the toner.
yeah,
You hear me clear?
yeah, you sound clear. I don't
It's a
know
lot
what it
better than
was.
a laptop microphone. So
I don't know what it was, but it gave me a reason to buy a new microphone. So, and I waited a whole month, so I feel okay. So Brent says, get you an external drive, like 2 to 3 terabytes USB. Yep, that's a
exactly.
good
And
idea.
external drives are so cheap. So my other half is a DJ, and like a few years ago, he was on this. I gotta have a solid state drive, and so those things were pricey. And I think for like 1 terabyte of a solid state drive back then might have been $400, and it was a Samsung brand. This Christmas, I got him another solid state drive, the same exact one, and it was like $113.
Wow.
Yes, I need to go ahead and get me one. Now, with the solid state drives, they don't have that turning mechanism in there. And so
Hmm.
that's why if you buy like an $80 one, those ones can break on you like mine did because the components turn. And with the solid state, I'm trying to sound all tech in.
I know you said, I was like, oh,
Has some mechanisms in it that turn and the solid state doesn't. And so solid state drives are good to have. So the new laptop I purchased has a solid state internal hard drive, which I'm excited about. So
okay.
it's
Yes.
full of things much faster and that sort of thing. Thanks, Brent. Thanks for joining us tonight. We
Thank you. Thank
appreciate it.
you.
So any questions after the live, shoot our way. We'd be happy to help.
Yes. Yes, we Miss Tamara, we both have our own Facebook groups. Keisha is always, I know, Quick Find.
Quick find. So if you are not a member of my group, please join. I'll be glad to have you. So it's Quick Find Notary Signing Agent. And the caveat is we started as a potential directory, but it grew into a networking referral of like minded notaries and other professionals in the group. If you join, I do ask 3 questions, and you'll see just verifying that you are a notary in the state that you're a notary in.
Did I type it right? Quick find notary signing agent.
Yep, you sure did.
Yes.
You sure did. I was just
Woo-hoo.
gonna ask you, could I post it?
Yeah, you could post the link. I didn't know the link, but I definitely wanted to put the name out there.
And don't forget about your group.
Oh, this one is my notary buddy.
Notary Buddy.
Yes. And does anybody have any questions? Any other questions? Thank you all so much for being here and hanging out with us. And hopefully, we were able to answer your questions. If we haven't, please feel free to drop them in the box so that we make sure we get to them. If you had something in the box that we may have missed, just let us know. We try to capture everything that's over there, and hopefully we did that. But if we missed something, please just tell us.
Yep. And if you happen to catch us on the replay, we'd like for you to hashtag replay and leave any questions or comments for us. Well, was there anything else, Alethea, before we head on out? I know it's bedtime for some folks.
Oh, sorry, y'all. I'm trying to talk to Keisha and forgot everybody's watching.
Nothing exciting you want to share?
I like how you did that. I like how you did
Have
that.
some exciting news to share if anyone wants to stay on a few minutes.
Yes. Say y'all want to hear the news. Say you want to hear the news. Keisha's gonna tell you the news. You see how I just put that right back all over there. Bottom thing back all over there. So
Oh,
go, Keisha.
so the news, the announcement. So Salapian and I are excited to announce that we are partnering with a new remote online notarization platform called Secured Signings. And you guys may have heard of them. They've been doing a few webinars, but Salaki and I have vetted the platform for a few months now, kind of giving our input. And again, it goes back to, we don't have a best platform, but definitely up and coming, definitely a potential for independent notaries. What I like about it is at a price point that is very favorable, I will say. So excited. And more information to come on that. We should be sharing a few links in the near future once we have them, and some training opportunities, especially for newer notaries who you may already have your e-notary commission and you want to do some platform training before you make a decision on a platform. We will be, having some training on that. Both Salaki and I independently, because we have different schedules. So we both will definitely be putting out some of those programs in the near future. Did you want to add anything, Salapia?
I was gonna tell Miss Lucia, I got you because we chit chatting this week. So
Awesome.
yeah. See, she didn't even know. She didn't even know.
Is
She
Lucia
didn't.
is she from Instagram?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
awesome. Great. I told you Salathia is the queen in Florida. So
Oh.
you are in very good hands. But I'm just excited because again, it's I know platforms are popping up, but this is a platform we've worked very closely with the CEO, the founder, the owner of the company. He's taken our feedback and he's made adjustments and updates. and that sort
Mm-hmm.
of thing. So we feel really good about partnering with a platform that will listen to us and make those updates and changes and welcome feedback from other notaries. And again, like I mentioned before, I don't have a best platform, but we are in it to make this the best platform for independent notaries, or at least run
Yes.
up against some of the big boys. So I'm
Yes.
excited. I'm excited.
I'm excited too. I really am. The ease, the the ease of use. Like I'm able to tag my documents fairly quickly, um, and just getting in there and starting the transaction. Like you said, you learn as you go. But if anybody is willing to learn, Keisha and I are here for you. If you want to take a look at it, then we could do something like that for you. I'm speaking for Keisha too. She'll get you on the phone and say, I don't know what Slaty was talking about, but we definitely want to bring the excitement that there is another platform for you to choose from. I think that's what it's all about is and have a variety. This the one we're talking about doesn't have to be your only one. Like you said, have a couple of them. If you can afford to have a couple of them, you may not be able to, but to piggyback off Keisha, this one is at a really good price point. I don't feel like I'm spending all of my money doing the transaction. As an independent notary, I am able to see a return on my investment. So, yeah, definitely. And have a couple of calls scheduled this week, so I'm able to share that good news.
Awesome, awesome.
I'm
And so
excited.
I'm excited too. So I'll be putting out some consult information for those who want to kind of tag on. I'm not sure if I'll just be taking people who are already commissioned as an e-notary, or those who want to become. So
Mm,
just more information on that. Just stay tuned.
yeah.
Stay tuned on that. Now, Miss Tama's accent, is there a cost? There's a cost for the platform, of course, because it's an independent platform. Um, so Lathan and I will both have some training. There will be a nominal fee for that, and we can talk about that more and see how
Mm,
that looks.
yeah,
Once we release it.
for sure, for sure. Yes. I'm excited. I hope y'all are excited too.
Excited.
Um,
I don't sing, but it's been in the works for a long while, a
yeah,
long while.
yeah,
So
yeah.
again, you may have already heard of the platform and that sort of thing, but we definitely have kind of the inside back end deets of it, and so I love to share it with others, that there is another platform out there that you can definitely utilize for independent and be fine with it. So I'm excited.
Shoulder, y'all gonna be doing this after shoulder. I guess we can call it the Johnny Gill, right? He's the king of shoulders. So, but yeah, thank you all. Thank you. Do we have any other questions before we wrap it up? We're approaching an hour and a half,
Yeah.
and we stayed engaged the entire time. So I'm totally excited about that.
And so I know you are coming up on your Vegas vacation. So not
Hey, see,
sure. I
shoulder.
know, I'm jealous. My so
I'm so
I'll be
excited.
on my vacation.
I'm
Um,
so excited.
so not sure when we'll go live again. Maybe
I can still go live.
February. Okay.
I
Okay.
can, I can, I can still. I mean, that's if it's next week. I'll still be able to go live, even though I'll be in Vegas. I gotta have a way not to spend my money, so working a little bit will probably. I can't do any notarizations because I'll be in Vegas, but I can do everything else. Like make sure I can still run the signing service part because I'm not notarizing. So, but yes, definitely. And to all our new coming up and coming Ron notaries. That's exciting for you. Like Keisha said, find you a network, whether it's loan signing agents or Ron notaries, because you may not be able to handle all the work and you want to have a network of notaries that you trust to be able to hand your work off to that will accomplish it um, with zest and zeal. Oh, they going to Vegas next week, Miss Tama? Sorry, y'all. Sorry, she said she know people going to Vegas, but yeah, I don't have anything additional at this time, Keisha.
I
You?
don't either. If you don't mind, I'm just tagging my page. I know you have
Mm.
it in the description. Just for those of you who want to stay tuned on the platform training. And then again, if you are not in Florida or Virginia, we may have to just make sure your SOS um, has this particular platform approved. For the training, I don't think it makes a difference.
Mm-hmm.
But if you decide that you want to move forward and you like the platform, then definitely we want to make sure it's already approved. And I feel like it has been approved
In several states.
in some states. So,
Mm-hmm.
that can be a one-on-one. We can work through that. But
Yep.
uh-oh, I got an alert at 9:57, no
For
longer
who?
available. So you guys know who that was.
Oh. Oh no.
The infamous sign and catch. I think
Mm-hmm.
It sent an alert to 9:57 and it still said, "What, you're too late." And I clicked it like a half a second after I got the alert. So that's
Yeah.
why you can put your eggs in one basket and just do Ron. So you still have to diversify with general notary work and, you know,
Yep.
traditional signings.
Yeah. 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 Yep. 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 But I did hit that one Amrock. The phone was on the dash. I saw it. Beep beep. I said, I don't even need to look at it. We just gonna make it happen and just pray that it wasn't when I had to do something else. But I think I'm good. I think I'm good. Well, I would just like to say thank you all so much for joining. And if you want to join Wednesday night at 7 o'clock Eastern, I'll be talking to my tax preparer, Mrs. Victoria Watson. We're gonna be talking about all things taxes. Now that one is only an hour. So if you have any questions, you can shoot me. Lord have mercy. You can post them over in Messenger for me, and then I will get her to answer those. So if you want to join us Wednesday at 7, we can answer some of your tax questions to help you get ready for tax season in your notary business. But
Awesome.
that's
If you
all.
missed that last video when Salakia interviewed her, it was a great one. And I know you have it posted on your dotted line signing page.
Yes, it's on this page, y'all. So check it out.
She was awesome and timely because 12:31 is when we're required. I'm sorry, 1:31 is when we're required to have our 1099s and all that good stuff lined up. So it's actually Eastern time, Miss Tama.
Mhm. 7 p.m. Eastern. And she did give me a tidbit, and I'm gonna give y'all this little sneak peek. Sneak peek. I know I had some independent contractors, notaries, and while they may not have earned $600, and it's not because I don't pay a lot, it's because maybe they only had one signing, y'all. So don't come after me for that. But she did say even though they don't need the 1099, you still have to report the income. So even if you don't get a 1099 from your company that you did a signing for, make sure you still report that income.
And that goes into keeping good records because
Mhm.
you can't count money under the mattress and unreportable items.
Yeah. Hey Nicole. Yeah, you just a little bit late. Just a little bit.
But thank you for coming in, though.
Yeah.
We're just wrapping up. You missed our good news, so I'll just recap. Saliki and I have partnered with a new remote online notarization platform called Secured Signing. So more information to come on that. And I know that Nicole is a e-notary here in Virginia.
All
So
right, all right.
let's see if I can get her on board of
Bring her on over.
coming
Bring
up
her on
over to the
over.
platform, testing it out, and giving her feedback and that sort of thing. So
Yes, yes. Hey, be notarized. We
yeah,
call you by your business name every single time.
be notarized coming to the club late. Like be notarized, you late to the club. We about to hang out. It's been a long day.
A long day.
It's been a long day. Yeah, we've been going strong, an hour and 30 minutes. Had some
Yes,
good questions. So definitely if you're catching this on a replay, just make sure you hashtag replay and still leave comments, still leave questions, and we'll both go in and answer anything we can, or if something was unclear. And again, if you do leave a question, just make sure you put your state, because
yeah.
these questions can be state specific and not general. So can we answer one more question before you close the live?
Mm-hmm.
So Ms. Tama is asking, how do y'all track finances? Do you have that video of, no, maybe not. But
Mm-mm.
um
I just
I
use
was a
Word.
I was an Excel person. I was an Excel person, and I know there's Notary Gadget and there's Notary Assist, and those two platforms are great at tracking. I just wasn't ready to pull the trigger on another expense. And so, what I've been doing is I took all my signings, all of my Ron work, and I loaded it into SnapDocs. And so, I was able to run an accountings report of my
Mm.
expenses and my income, and then also you have to put in the notarizations, but it does break down that jurats and acknowledgments of how many you've done over the years, so that your tax professional can do that thing they do with the self-employment stuff. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
a CPA, so I won't butcher that, but you guys know what I mean about separating the notarial income.
Mm-hmm.
So SnapDocs has been good for me to track it. But I've watched the webinars with Notary Assistant, Notary Gadget, and they're awesome too. It's just that I'm a little cheap. So I took the free 99 route of just tracking it.
Hey.
Now it won't run you like your P&L statements and stuff like that. I was using Square for that. But I don't want to have different platforms and
Yeah.
programs. Salathia may have a better tracking system than I do, I guess I should say.
I use Wave apps,
I was using
and
Webcams, yeah.
so I call it my like one product or service I offer is my first Ron stamp or my first stamp, or so I'll be able to know that this is the first stamp, any additional stamps. Um, yeah, I use Wave apps because I will get my P&L statement, and they run all the different types of reports. And Wave apps is free. They do charge if you accept credit cards, that type of deal. Um, but I've been using that one for a hot minute, so I just stuck with it for my notary business because you can have different businesses in one account. And so I stuck with it for the notary business, and I like the way it looks. It shows my income, it shows those expenses that, whew, they
Mhm.
there. They there.
Yeah,
Now I try to figure out what I was spending my money on, but I guess y'all saw tonight what I've been spending my
yeah.
money on. But it's excuse me, investing back into my business. But I use Wave apps
I
for
like
that.
Wave apps too. I just use it a little bit differently than you. I use it mainly to import my business checking account. And so,
Mm-hmm.
run my statements through there. Now, I don't like that they got rid of the integration with PayPal. Um, I don't
Oh.
accept a lot of PayPal, but my other half has his business and he has a PayPal and this and that. And I was able to get in his wave and pull the 3 or 4 different accounts. And now it's kind of back to the drawing board with that. But they're going to cut that integration off. I think they cut it off on 12/31, so kind of bummed about that. But I like it because you can integrate all, if you have different checking business accounts and that sort of thing all in one view.
Yeah, Nicole said it doesn't track mileage. I haven't.
For Wave,
Yeah, I don't think it. I
yeah,
use Everlance for
that's
my
why I said I
tracking.
don't use it. I don't utilize it like you do, where you're plugging your sign-ins in. I'm using it strictly for income and
Mm-hmm.
expenses, just to get those other reports I can't get out of SnapDocs. Now, SnapDocs will do your mileage and all that stuff for you. Give
Yeah,
it a
that.
try. Everyone's on SnapDocs. I mean, even if you load everything,
Mm-hmm.
the reports aren't pretty. You only can do income and expenses, but you can do the notarial separation and you can do the mileage.
I have to look into that. Have to
Mhm.
look into that.
But the report isn't pretty, so it's not like Wave. It's just
Oh,
a,
okay. Never
a, a
mind.
generic Excel.
Oh, it's not pretty. Oh.
Not pretty.
Well, thank you all so very much. We had that 1 hour and 35 minutes. It's after 10 o'clock. How many of y'all got to go to that 9 to 5 in the morning? Right here, too. Nicole has one last question. She says she know we tired. No, no, we're not. We just getting the party started. Which is better, Notary Assist or Gadget for the mileage? I really want to be on it this year. Last question. I know you're tired.
I can't answer that, I guess, because I don't use either one, but I've seen webinars where, to me, they both do the same thing. I think one is $1 cheaper a month.
Hmm.
I will say if someone already uses it, sign up under them because most likely they have an affiliate link and they get credit for it. Um, but I don't know. I feel like both of them have a free trial, and I know this may be too much work, but you can always download both of them are web version. You can always sign up for the free trial for both and input one signing and get the feel of how they both are and make your determination that way. But for the
Mhm.
most part, it seems that they both do the same thing. I know neither one has an app, and that's a feature that a lot of people were requesting.
Oh,
Um,
really?
yeah, so that's the only thing. I know both have the free trial. I say do the free trial on both of them and kind of see what works.
If it's just tracking mileage, I use Everlance and let that just stay on. And I think I paid maybe $60 for the year, and it
Mhm.
just tracks. That's all it does is track my mileage. Now I could put expenses and stuff in there, but I just have it track my mileage. But I don't even know after I talk to my tax preparer on Wednesday or at the end of this month if it's even worth tracking my mileage if I want to claim my car insurance, my car
Yeah,
taxes, my car payment, all of those other things. I think I would rather have those deducted more so than being reimbursed for the mileage. So that's one thing to think about as well. Those expenses probably will really outweigh any miles that I've put on my car. And since I've been working from home, the only time I really have driven my car since July was for notary. So I feel confident saying that my car was used well over 50% for my notary business. So, talk to your tax person, see which one is better for you. Is it better for you to do mileage or is it better for you to do your car expenses, insurance, maintenance, payment, you know, those types of deals. So definitely ask your tax preparer about that.
yeah. I remember when you interviewed Victoria, and she mentioned the same thing about
Mhm.
sometimes knowledge may not work out in your favor, depending
Yep, that's why
on
I'm going
the
with take that car
situation.
payment.
Definitely.
Take my car payment, take all of that. So, yep. Well, thank you, Nicole, for your question. And Keisha, I don't have anything else.
I don't have anything either. Thanks for joining us tonight. Good conversation.
Yes. Welcome
Always.
back to Facebook. Welcome back to Facebook. All right, y'all. Thank you all so much. I'm going to end this broadcast. And if you're watching the replay, what they do, hashtag replay in the state and the question. Awesome. And oh, we have a new comment. Oh, you're welcome, Nicole. Oh, and Miss Tamla said car deductions are better for her. Yep.
Got it.
Yep. All right, you all. You have a great evening and thank you for hanging with us. Good night.
Good night.